Hello friends, it has been a while, hasn't it? I have been having a very busy term at uni. I'm in my very last year of uni doing accounting and finance, and it's very busy. I have not had the time to make any content because I have also not had the time to read very much. So I'm going to be doing a end of year book tag today just to wrap up a little bit of what my end of year reading goals are and just to let you guys know where I'm at. I will also be doing a wrap up of the last couple of months because I've only read I think maybe like 6 or 7 books in the past couple of months, so there's no point splitting up a wrap up every month for that. It's just going to be like an autumn wrap up, so that would be September, October and November. So let's just dive right into the end of year book tag. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you needed to finish? I have 3. Because that's how we do it in this house. We always have several books on the go. I tend to have a audiobook, an ebook, and a physical read on the go at once. I have The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I got about 200 pages into this, and because I was feeling quite slumpy, I just didn't pick it back up. I would like to finish it before the year ends because I've started it and I don't want to carry on any books into the new year. It may take a chunk of like Christmas Day or Boxing Day where I'm not revising that I may take to finish that, but I'm determined to finish that before the year ends. We also have The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I'm currently listening to this on audiobook. I actually am nearly finished. It's taken me a while because it is a chunky book. It's 23 hours and 46 minutes. Funnily enough, The Burning God is also 23 hours and 46 minutes, which I thought was very odd. Just maybe a coincidence, but cool. But yeah, I'm nearly finished with The Dragon Republic. I think I have about 6 hours left. I want to say maybe less. It could be like 5.5 or 5. I'm going to finish that probably in the next couple of days actually. Today is the 7th of December. It is the 7th of December. 7th of December today. I should, ideally, to finish my reading goal, I should read 3 books a week in December because I had 12 books left out of my goal. I'm currently at 40, well, I was at 48 out of 60. I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone very, very quickly in one day for Dos Abalong. So now I'm at 49, but I want to read my goal. I would like to read it from my physical TBR. I'd like to read like fantasy novels, but I may resort to reading manga or some graphic novels just to hit that goal because in my head I can't not hit that reading goal, and I know a lot of you feel the same way. And the ebook that I'm currently reading is The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I only got I think about 10% into this ebook, but I'm very interested in it. I just put it down and then I had like a midterm to do, so hence, yeah, again, the excuse, but also kind of not an excuse for like a reason. I'm so busy. Those are the current reads that I want to finish before the year ends. The next question is, do you have an autumn book to transition you to the end of the year? Now, I'm going to do what Maddie did from Book Horizon blog, because this tag I think tends to be done more towards the end of summer, like maybe like September time. So this is going to be more of like a winter read rather than autumnal read, but that's going to be The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. Now, because I've started this series this year, I'd like to finish it this year. I've read the first 2 books and I loved them. I 5-starred both of them, and it's very short. It's only like about 300 pages, I think. All 3 of them are around the same length. So I think that'll be a very quick read to like shoe in at the end of the year, and also I just want to finish the trilogy because I really like the trilogy. The next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? At the point where I planned this video like a week ago. I didn't record it yet, but I wrote The Burning God. The Burning God is now out, but I'm just going to leave that because there's no other releases that are out in December that I'm like... I mean, I guess you could say A Sky Beyond the Storm, because I did start An Ember in the Ashes quartet this year. So The Burning God and The Sky Beyond the Storm, that kind of thing. The next question is, what 3 books do you want to read before the end of the year? I've got Black Sun by Rebecca Burnhorse. I've got Addie LaRue, or The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, which I think will be a nice read for Christmas. It's kind of like, I'm assuming it's quite whimsical. I've heard a lot about it. I've heard V.E. Schwab talk a lot about it. So I I don't have the expectations going into that book that some people do, because I've heard Schwab talk about it. So I think I have a prediction it's going to be a 5-star. And the third book is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. The lovely Maddie from Book Browsing Blog, let's mention her again because she's one of my best friends on here. She's great, she's fabulous, so go subscribe to her. Her Dart Attack is the best TBR game I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, she kindly gifted it to me for Christmas and I opened it already because I can't leave packages unopened. We may be buddy reading, possibly, question mark, could be, don't know. I might just pick it up and blast through it because it seems amazing. Next question is, do you think there is a book that will still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Now this for me is Jade City by Fonda Lee. I have heard so much about Jade City. Katie from Katie Brightness Reads, another one of my best friends on here. She's fabulous, you should go see her. They'll both be links in the description. In fact, my whole friendship group, I'm going to link them in the description. You should go check them out. But yeah, Jade City. I've heard great things. I've just heard amazing things, especially from Katie and especially from a lot of booktubers. I think Aaron from Booked and Busy, I see a lot her talking about it a lot, and Mika. But yeah, Mika, Joel from Fictional Fates, like people are raving about this book, about this series. And the last one's out next year, so if I read Jade City this year, I can hope and then get to Jade War next year and then the last in the trilogy, because a lot of my favourite trilogies have ended this year. And I don't really have much to look forward to next year, unfortunately. My 2021 anticipated reads is full of a lot of new stuff. It's a lot of debuts or a lot of like authors new to me. There's a couple of authors like old to me, but they're still like separate series, like not a continuation of any series. So next year's going to be a weird one. So the last question is, have you already started making plans for 2021 reading? Or kind of, I guess, a little bit. I want to finish the Mistborn trilogy, so hopefully that would only be one book left. And I do want to make my way through the Cosmere, which may take a while, but hence why I want to start sooner rather than later, especially when I want to get to Stormlight, because checking out Katie's video of the Cosmere reading order, Stormlight tends to be last, or like there's a little bit of a mix-up in the end between like some of the second Mistborn and the last that you can do, and also obviously you have Warbreaker and the other one. I can't remember what it's called, but I do want to get more into Sanderson. I did really enjoy the first Mistborn book. I'm obviously only 200 pages into the second one, so I don't have much of an opinion on that one yet. But Katie says it's her favourite one, so that kind of boosts me into wanting to continue it. Obviously we have Dosabalong, so in December now there's going to be Days of Blood and Starlight, and then in January we'll be reading Dreams of Gods and Monsters, but the live shows will be in January and February respectively, like at the beginning of the month. We've already had our first live show. I'll link the Twitter below if you want to carry on, and we are most likely going to read Strange the Dreamer and News of Nightmares after as well. I also really want to get to the Bone Season series, / also want to read Priory. That's not a series, but I am planning on reading Priory next year, hopefully. I'm hopefully going to have a summer free. It's going to be my last summer where I don't have to work after uni, so I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done. I've already pre-ordered The Mask Falling from Goldsborough, despite never having read a single Samantha Shannon book. Like, someone needs to take my bank card off me. Also, depending on when Electo the Ninth is going to be coming out, I'm hoping it's going to be early 2022 rather than late. If it is early 2022, I'm going to be doing a reread of Gideon and Harrow towards the end of 2021 so that I can be caught up. Well, not that I'm not caught up. I am caught up, but I'm going to have forgotten literally everything. And lastly, I do want to do a reread of the Sabriel series, or the Abhorsen trilogy, because the last time I read the original trilogy, which is Sabriel, Lyriel and Abhorsen, I was probably about 13. So it's been almost a decade actually since I read them, and I always say, like, I know everyone says it's like really hard to pick their favourite book, but Sabriel probably is my favourite book and has been since I was like an early teenager / old child. Like year 7 upwards, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I want to reread the trilogy because of the new books that have come out in the series, like Clariel, Golden Hand, and there's another one coming out next year which is called Tertial and Eleanor, I think. And the new covers are amazing. I will put them up here, or like put one of them up here. I've bought the new covers as they come out. They are so gorgeous. And I'm gonna be getting a Saber Earl tattoo soon, so I wanna reread them. But yeah, that's it guys. That's my end of year reading plans. It's a bit ambitious considering there's only 3 weeks left and I need to revise for my January exams. But we'll see what happens, and you will see some more videos from me this month as well, because I want to do all of the usual wrap up of the year, best books of the year, you know, that kind of thing. You'll see my stats from the year because I've been using the story graph, which is a really good alternative to Goodreads. I still do also use Goodreads because most people do use Goodreads. But the story graph is a nice little change of pace and it gives you loads of little stats and stuff, which is cute to look at every month. And you can compare like previous years to this year. So like, for example, in November last year, I read 17 books because I read the whole of the Wicked and the Divine graphic novel series. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your end of year reading plans? Have you been overwhelmed this past few months like me, or have you been having a great few reading months? I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!